This is New Mexico Frontiers. Presented by Verus Research.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on this episode of New Mexico Frontiers, the digital series. I'm Monica Wicke.
Yeah, and I'm Logan Rader, and we are the hosts of New Mexico Living. Now, if you've watched New Mexico Living or caught the sponsor of this series, you may have heard of the company Verus Research. Now, we are joined by two of their members today, Tiffany Berntsen and Dan Treibel. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's great to be here.
Okay, Tiffany, first and foremost, just tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Tiffany Berntsen. I've been at Verus Research for about 5 years now. I did start as an intern, and that was through my Master's of Electrical Engineering. And right now, I am the Systems Integration Team Lead on the Applied Nuclear Research portfolio.
Okay.
That is amazing. Starting as an intern and working your way up in the company, which is incredible. Dan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Dan Treibel. I am the COO at Verus Research. I've been with Verus Research almost 11 years, so I actually helped start the company back when we founded it in 2014. My background is I'm an engineer, so I got my undergraduate degree as a mechanical engineer, went on to do a master's degree in systems engineering, found myself helping more and more on project management and company management, and found myself in the COO role.
That's absolutely amazing. Of a company that's doing unbelievable things here in New Mexico. That's kind of why we have you gathered here today, is just talking about your internship program. So I love that you brought that up. Internships are so vital
Absolutely
for people
vital.
when they want to kind of get that pathway to their careers.
And I gotta let you guys know, I work here at KRQE. I'm the host of New Mexico Living. Back in 2016, I was an intern here in the sports department. And I gotta say, that having that internship gave me so much knowledge and education about the field. It helped. I don't think I'd be here today without it. So it leads me to ask you guys, can you tell us about the value interns bring to Verus?
Yeah, so I want to start a little bit with the origin story of our internship program, which was very similar to your experience. I was an intern here in Albuquerque in my technical field, and it was like, wow, there is so much more I'm not learning in school. I need to be a professional. So when I was in a position to help create an internship program, a few of us got together and said, okay, we need to have interns. It's the right thing to do, one, for young professionals, and two, to build a pipeline for folks who will be able to help Verus Research do some of the really hard work we do. But when I was an intern in school as an engineer, there are other companies in Albuquerque folks intern for where they said, look, I got paid in my internship to do my homework. So they didn't really get to do real professional work. And I noticed quickly that I was acquiring skills so much more rapidly than some of my peers that would help me after I graduated. So when we started our internship at Verus Research, we said, we're going to have interns, but they're going to have to do real work. So before anyone is allowed to post an internship, I have to approve that they're going to do a real project that results in real work delivered to our customers. So that's kind of how we frame our internship program to make sure that interns get value out of it and that we as a company get value because our interns are delivering real work to our customers used every day.
That's so smart.
I mean, that's amazing to kind of think that they have that much of an impact in like the day-to-day with what Verus is doing, because I myself have heard similar stories from my peers when they had internships that were like, I don't know, I just kind of show up and I'm in a room and if they ask me to do something, I'll do it. But they didn't have the hands-on application that you guys are offering them. Was it something you experienced when you were an intern? Yeah. Talk to us about your experience.
I did a lot of hands-on work, which was awesome because that's the type of person I am. We started with experimentation and testing on these high-power devices, and it was really amazing for me because you work on everything that's like small electronics, and it's like, okay. But then you go into Verus Research, it's like, oh, okay, I can do this.
Real-world stuff.
Yeah.
How important was your internship to your growth with the company?
Extremely. I'm still learning today as I go forward, but like just learning that there's even something called pulse power in the electrical engineering world. That was the first step for me.
I mean, it is amazing how you can kind of start as that intern and grow. And you talk about how these interns are doing real work for real customers that utilize what Verus does. So talk to me how the intern is different than just hiring an employee.
Oh, yeah. For me as an intern, I felt like I went through the interview process, and then I see employees right now going through an interview process. It's basically the same. We're treated as employees when we're interns, and that's why it's kind of a smooth process.
Yeah, because our employees do real work for real customers, the way we bring them on board is no different than we bring on any other employee.
Okay. Well, let's dive into that work. Verus Research's internship program, it's supported 54 interns since 2016. That's amazing. Let's talk about the skills that these interns are learning. Talk about that.
So technical-wise, we learn anything from board design all the way to things like pulse power, which is pretty much anything that usually it can make a loud boom, actually. So it ranges.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was definitely the experience Tiffany got in her internship. At Verus Research, we do a lot of different technical work in a lot of different technical domains. So the skills interns acquire is going to be unique to what they want to acquire and what we need for our customers at that point in time. But our interns have done everything from contain nuclear fusion to help write software for satellites in orbit right now, to how do I go from a conceptual mechanical design to a fully assembled working part in front of me on the table. So it's a wide range. It depends on the intern. It depends on the project we have, but they're all real skills they can take away and say, look what I did.
Man, so valuable.
To expand a little bit on having it be almost person by person,
Yeah.
how vital was that to the fabric of creating this internship program, that it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all, you're a Verus intern, but you're actually going to do something that will help you in the field that you pursue beyond the internship?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important. It's really built into our fabric. One, we're a really small company. Two, as Tiffany mentioned, right, we deal with some of these kind of more esoteric parts of some of the disciplines. So even any of our employees aren't one size fits all. So very much everything at Verus is custom tailored to the project, to the human, to the customer. And we have that luxury as a small business.
Yeah, you guys find great success with these interns. So 1/3 of former interns actually transitioned to be salaried team members, which is fantastic. I want to know what made Verus pick these interns. And then I also kind of want to know if there was success found with the remaining 2/3 of the intern pool.
Sure. So I'll start with why did we pick some of those interns? I don't get to look at intern resumes anymore, but when I was hiring interns to help me, I would look through resumes, and we get a ton of resumes. And usually I would pick the folks who looked more qualified to do the job than I was, right? What is super exciting to me is when I was in college and an early professional, right? I felt like the opportunities I had were so limited compared to what today. There are so many special clubs and special projects and other internships folks can do compared to when I was coming into the professional world. And so often I will look at resumes and be, this person not only should have this internship, they should have my job. Wow. So that's usually kind of the first criteria. And then we usually get them on the phone and, right, we look for some of that energy, some of that spark, some drive, like I want to go do it. I want to be a part. And who want to look for something other than like, yeah, I need some summer spending money, right? We look for people who want to come in and use this as an opportunity to better themselves.
Well, guys, Verus is going to be accepting applications for 2 internship positions. Let's talk about it. Who should apply and what fields should apply? Talk to us about that.
So we've got 2 intern posts coming up for this summer.
Okay.
One of them is for understanding some nuclear effects on electronics. So we are looking for kind of one of 2 specialties there. Folks in electrical engineering who are familiar with kind of how the devices function on a physical level, or folks who are working on a nuclear engineering degree. And our other internship is going to be in finance this year. So anyone who's working towards something in a finance field.
Wow.
Well, that's very cool. They're kind of different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really very nice that it's not just very like obvious what it is. Like we've got a myriad of different options for people, which is cool. How close should people be to their graduation date if they're interested in applying?
They should be about 1 to 2 years before they graduate their undergrad. And then if you're in your master's, please apply.
There we go. Please
There
apply.
we go. Absolutely.
I think the question that a lot of people want to know when they hear the word internship is there compensation associated with it? Is there compensation associated with the Verus internship?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we treat our interns like real employees, and part of being a real employee is getting paid. So we offer pretty competitive compensation for all of our interns.
That's amazing.
Oh, well, absolutely incredible stuff. Do they need to be a U.S. citizen, and do they need security clearance for this internship?
They do not actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they need to be U.S. citizens,
They do need to be U.S. citizens. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
but they don't yet need to have a security clearance.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
That's really good to know.
Big question. How do you apply?
Go to verusresearch.net/careers, and there's applications and postings online. And then pretty much once you get into the internship interview process, we'll work with you with, when is your schedule, make sure it fits with your school schedule, things like that.
Fantastic. And when are the dates? When do the application open and close?
So applications are open right now.
Great.
And we will close when we find the right candidate. So if you can
Open-ended.
find the position out on our website under the careers section, we are still looking for candidates.
That's awesome.
How many applicants do you guys think you're going to receive, and when are they going to start as well?
Yeah, so I don't say this to dissuade anyone, but we often joke that it's harder to get an internship at Verus Research than it is to get into Harvard. So our acceptance rate for people who apply to our internship programs is a little bit less than 1%. We are expecting hundreds of applicants for just these few positions, but again, that shouldn't dissuade you.
Yeah.
We do look at every application. We do individually review them. You might not hear from us because it takes a long time to respond to all that, but I promise we will look at it. And it's just finding that match between the human and the project. And that's part of the reason why we go through so many applicants.
Yeah,
We want
but
to find that right match.
Yeah. But yeah, not to dissuade people.
I mean, a prestigious internship to say the least here.
I would agree.
Yeah, but I mean, so worth it though. Think about the skills and the knowledge you're going to get with this internship.
Well, to just feel
Absolutely
so
amazing.
prepared when you're done with the program to
Yes.
start that career, whether it be with Verus or maybe at another company. I mean, did you feel like you were ready to take on your career like after the internship? I mean, I know you're learning every day, but it just really added that level of security to yourself as you entered your professional.
Yeah, so at Verus, I feel like there's a lot of, engineers and team members that are more than competent, but they're also very supportive and welcoming. So by the end of the internship, you kind of feel like, okay, well, if I continue on, I'll still be learning, but at least I have this fundamental that I did not learn in school.
I think it's so amazing that you guys are treating the intern like an actual employee. You're not saying, you're getting me coffee and donuts today and then go shred this paper. They're doing real world work.
Yeah, it's not just like busy
And
work.
you talked about it already, but I want to hit on it again. Why is that so important for Verus to make these interns feel like they are not interns? They're very valuable employees.
Yeah, one, people rise to the occasion, right? So when you ask people to perform well, they perform well. But the value for us is we want to reinvest in our community, right? There's a lot of science and engineering here in Albuquerque. We want to make sure there's always more of that. An internship was very valuable to me, and I want to make sure other people have that opportunity. And then some of the benefit Verus Research gets, right, is we help build this pipeline of incredibly qualified and capable talent that when they are ready to join the workforce, can start on day one impressing our customers.
That is so cool.
Just amazing stuff.
I
right
know.
there. Guys, this has been a very awesome conversation. Really quickly, you said those applications people can apply right now, and it's going to stay open until you find the right ones.
That's right.
Okay, so
right.
so if you apply, keep checking back, and hopefully you'll hear back. Is there anything else, guys, that maybe we missed, or anything you want to add before we close out today?
Thank you so much for having us. It was a lot of fun.
Well, thank
This was
Yeah,
great.
thank you.
Thank you for coming in. This
was
was
very
absolutely
cool.
fantastic. And thank you for what you're doing for just the community and for New Mexico and for
very
interns
cool.
and just fantastic stuff. Thank you,
Very
guys.
cool. Yeah, thank you so much. Guys, if you want to learn more about the internship opportunities at Verus or you want to dive more into the work that Verus is doing, very easy. You can just check out this episode of Frontiers by heading over to krqe.com. Thanks for watching.